It's really happening, and they do this psyop of denying as they rolled forward, just like the tanks at Waco, as they were shooting the people, were broadcasting this is not an assault.
Right. You know, the lie that they keep saying, that this is safe, that these vaccines are tested, any, again, reasonably intelligent person would know that they can't possibly go long term. You know, if you get bitten by a snake, you don't die instantly. It takes a certain amount of time for the toxicity to build up. Likewise, when you get injected with foreign genetic material, it takes years potentially for cancers to come out. So the reality is that they absolutely are lying in your face. You know, what people should remember is what they told the Holocaust victims as they marched them into the concentration camp gas chambers. They told them they were going there for public health, for disinfection. Today, they're telling people to go get vaccinated for the same reason.
Stay there. Dr. Horowitz, I had Psychology Today viciously savage me, and they basically say I'm schizophrenic and imagined I was at a Bilderberg Group meeting and imagined I was being followed. It didn't matter if Secret Service was there. It was on the news. They just say it was having basically a complete psychotic hallucination. Like I was on, 1,000 milligrams of pure LSD. This isn't going to work anymore, them just stonewalling. And I think about psychiatrists, psychologists. The Nazis first used them. The Soviets used them. They say we're crazy. They always use the medical system as their tyranny. The eugenics in this country. The family courts were set up, as you know, to carry out eugenics and sterilization. We still have these unconstitutional courts today that don't have due process. And we have state officials here in Texas, when they were asked why 69% of school kids, foster kids, are on psychotropic drugs, they said, well, they have bad genes. So this is really a murderous cult.
Absolutely. I would say congratulations to you. Bo Greitz, I know, he's a friend of ours, and he would always say to me, Len, the flak never gets heavy until you're over the target. And so if you're getting whacked by Psychology Today, or all of us, you, me, all of us at the forefront, and I'm so happy you have Russell Blaylock on coming up, because, again, we're all getting whacked because we're over the target. And so, just keep it up, Alex.
Well, thank you. No, that's a great analogy, World War II. I think Bo Greitz's dad actually died over Germany. And so that's why Bo likes that analogy, but it certainly isn't. When you're over the target, that's when you are going to be getting the flak, and we are dropping the big truth bombs on them. Okay, continuing, how do you see them rolling this out? I mean, you think they're going to may go hot with it? And B, what do we do to get the word out to stop them? I mean, is there anything in your educated opinion we can do? It seems like they are losing some steam. They're out having to tell us that, oh, yeah, we think the vaccine's safe.
Well, again, it's really, gee whiz, I wish I had a crystal ball, but the reality is the worst-case scenario I've laid out. The other least problematic scenario would be that they've already done the harm. They've already purchased, they've stockpiled, they've already brainwashed, they've already gotten at least probably a third of the United States public to intend to roll up their sleeves. The sheeple are going to go back to the slaughter, and they've got a victory. They've got food for their pharmaceutical cartel. They've got to have all these people sick. They're going to have it during the economic collapse. They're going to be well cared for financially, and on top of that, they're going to be reducing a lot of the population, which is their goal.
And it's going to be soft killing them for a long time. And with these soft kill weapons, God only knows. They're now admitting the chemtrailing on the news. Who knows what we've already, all of us, had implanted in us?
Yeah, well, certainly. Look at just the fact that the chemtrails have aluminum, and aluminum, heavy metal, has a resonance frequency, and it has its transmission attenuation capacity. So, for all we know, and it's a very highly suspect, because when you look at vaccination mercury, and you look at the decimation, particularly of our children, this autistic spectrum that they've been covering up and lying about, you've got to see that these people are totally about population reduction, population control, and spiritual, energetic suppression.
They just love the power trip that they write their textbooks, how they're killing us, and then they have John P. Holdren on David Letterman saying how great he is. It's just all a big sick joke to them. Stay with us. Dr. Horowitz, in closing, we are beginning, though, to really have people listen to us and wake up. And that's the good news. And so much of what you and others were lone voices in the wilderness were talking about is now being validated and verified and vindicated. But at the same time, it seems like there's 30, 40, 50% of people that are kind of awake now, but then that other half are getting deeper into denial, and we just see them dying, and people that are 10 years old with cancer everywhere, and neighbors dying, and young women dying everywhere, and men dying, and disease everywhere. I mean, this is a Holocaust. When the hell are people going to really wake up and realize that psychopathic killers are running things?
You know, I think that most of us who are intelligent have already awakened to that reality. Those who haven't, they're going to be taken out, and they're going to be taken out most expensively. You know, I think that the opportunity that it currently exists, if we marshal the half of us who have awakened to literally create a revolution in healthcare, I think we could take this whole pharmaceutical cartel totally out. I think people are fed up with it. I think people see it. I think what we need to do is boycott the organization and institutions and focus on exposing the criminals. Continue to do that, but I think that the ultimate goal would be to establish a healthy world organization that literally has the power to overtake the World Health Organization and focus, instead of on toxicity, on all of the natural botanicals and herbs, all of God's bounty that we've been naturally given to protect ourselves and to remedy all of the diseases. I'm looking forward to a world, Alex, you know me, I'm a humanitarian and a visionary and a positive thinker. I'm looking forward to a world where we literally can lie down with the lamb, we can exist with H1N1, H5N1. We can blow it out with right frequency generators. We can eliminate all of the problems with the botanicals and the herbs, the essential oils, the homeopathics. This is really where we should be, and we would be, just like we could drive around in cars that are running on water with no pollution. Likewise, we could take care of our bodies for minimal cost and absolute optimal efficacy.
Well, as this develops, Dr. Horowitz, we'll continue to check in with you. And bad things happen, and I know it's sad what happened to your mother, and we're very sorry for your loss, but I think through that journey and that happening, that caused you as a doctor to look into these things and then save potentially tens of millions of people. And so sometimes bad things that happen turn into blessings in the end, and we just really hope that everybody out there listening researches the claims and looks at what we put out here so that their 5-year-old isn't dying of cancer next year, and really realize that when we get up here and tell you the White House science czar openly wants you and your family dead, that we're not joking about this, okay? This is real. And tyranny and genocide is real. Tyranny and genocide is the norm. Freedom has been the exception. Fluscam.com is the website. Great information up there. Dr. Len Horowitz, always informative and enlightening to have you on.
Thanks a lot, Alex. I'd also recommend people check out oxysilver.com. Awesome protection.
All right. God bless you. Appreciate you coming on with us. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks,
Dr.
brother.
Len Horowitz. You bet.